Hello, this is Not a Spring Chick, and we are back from CES. Wow, what a weekend if you've been watching any of our coverage. Oh, that's right, Oldecam is coming on. Okay, so anyway, this week we've got a lot of things coming to you besides news, which is, of course, NAMM is this week, the National Association of Music Merchants. A lot of music going on, and the Golden Globes. So we've got all the Golden Globes gifting suites and events this week. But meanwhile, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Okay. You never make a complete recovery from being shot in the head, no matter what is being said.
Well, I know. They're telling you how, it can take time and this and that, but I show people things to get close enough, because 45 years ago, I don't know if you can see right there, there's a great big line there. That's called a metal plate from where I got shot in the head.
Oh.
And let's put it this way. It was like a year and a half in a wheelchair, having to learn to walk all over again, having to do everything all over again. So no matter what they say, you don't, and then it's still, the whole system was never as good after I got shot as it was before. So, I mean, my eyes went bad, my hearing is bad.
And if you're curious what we're talking about, it's, well, how you recover, but it's because of the shooting of the Arizona Congresswoman. That's
right, and they're giving all these great, regarded prognosis, but there's a good chance you'll recover. You never completely recover, it just doesn't work. Now, it's all roses stuff, but it just does not happen. I am a walking example of the fact you get shot in the head, it's permanent.
Mm-hmm. And Democrats, and that was, well, many years ago.
That was 45 years ago, folks, and I had the best doctors in the world playing on my head, so.
And Democrats don't let a good shooting go to waste.
That's what one of them said. You believe that? Well, they've decided to make everything out of this shooting that they possibly can. There are those people in the Democratic Party who want Sarah Palin arrested, Fox News shut down. They're using it to their advantage.
Did you expect anything less?
Well, yeah, they actually did, but they didn't get the message.
Oh, okay. An Arizona shooting suspect held without bail. Motive unclear.
Do you know what the motive was? Okay, here the trick is. My father was a policeman. My father said that everybody knew people did things just because they wanted to do them. They didn't have to have a motive. And, like they pick up a gun and just shoot somebody. I mean, my father... when my father was in high school at California Polytechnical, that's how long ago it was, a high school in Los Angeles. One of the students just picked up a 2x4 and beat to death a half a dozen people. A 2x4. He was a good student, never did anything wrong, happy. He just picked it up. They could never figure out why he did it. Well, he just snapped. It was that simple. And that was over almost 90 years ago.
Oh. And Giffords gives a thumbs up to doctors.
Well, yeah, I gave thumbs up to people too. That's all I could do is go like that. They say, do you understand what we're saying? If you can understand what we're saying, put your thumb up. Are you happy? Are you sad? Because you couldn't understand a single thing they were saying. It made no sense.
Oh, really?
So you just go like that. And they thought, oh, that's good signs. Yeah.
And France wants to replace the dollar as a world currency. And Obama's heart flutters with a chance to see it actually happen.
He said he wanted to kiss Sarkozy. He wanted to offer anything he could to the French government for wanting to destroy the American dollar. He's been trying so hard to do it himself. Now he has a major, a European country that wants to destroy the dollar now. Yeah.
Well, I guess he makes a convincing enough argument.
That's right.
See, part of it is once they change it, you're not getting it back.
You're not getting it back. Obama feels that we should be punished for being great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the leader of our country.
Right. Well, he should never have been elected. But then again, it's what happens when you nominate somebody like John McCain. Nobody, especially people my age, are going to elect somebody my age to the presidency of this nation again. It's not going to happen.
Well, because they all know what it feels like at that age.
That's right.
And we are better than this.
Oh no, we're not.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's got to do with this discourse. Everybody is angry, and our country has got a malicious tone. I hate to tell people this. The reason why there is so much angry rhetoric is because as soon as you elect a person like Scott Brown, they immediately join the politician side. They can't. They do nothing the public sent them to do. Nothing.
I know. They got to be so pissed off in Massachusetts.
Like the Gifford woman used to be a Republican, but she couldn't win as a Republican in the district she was in, so she changed the Democratic Party. The instant she changed the Democratic Party, she became a tax and spend liberal.
Oh, was she like that before when she was a Republican?
No, she was a conservative. She was a conservative Republican, but her district swang, and she became it became a liberal. So she became what they said she was a blue dog Democrat. No, she voted for everything Obama wanted, folks.
Well, but wasn't she just representing what her district wanted?
No, her district told her no.
Oh.
Her district told her don't do this. But the problem is a lot of districts when they tell people don't do it, they re-elect the people that. Well, she said that she's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even if it's the wrong thing to do, Republicans must raise the debt ceiling, then raise taxes on the wealthy and businesses to pay for it.
Well, I know. That's what I heard when I heard, okay, that there's a Republican pundit saying to save this nation, the Republicans are going to have to do the things that they don't want to do, and which what I said last night, in other words, become members of the Democratic Party. Well, why would they want to tax and spend? That isn't going to fix anything.
Spain rejects a ceasefire declaration by Basque separatists.
Well, because they're not like Mary Jane Obama. They don't trust people over there. They know that they lie to them.
And Republicans about to find out that the Democrats don't care.
Well, yeah, they're all day yesterday, actually Sunday and yesterday, the Republican pundits, the Republican leadership, the Democrats they're going to get the message that the public don't like what they're saying, blaming it on Pell and blaming it on Tea Party. They're blaming it on everybody but the person that did the shooting because he was drove to do it by the Republicans and Sarah Palin. Therefore, he's innocent, which is why they give him the most high-powered lawyer they can find in the country to defend him. But they still think, well, today is another day, and they're starting to get the idea the Democrats are going to stay with this message that the Republicans are dangerous and they need to be thrown out of office immediately. They're wanting Palin arrested, Limbaugh arrested, Fox News shut down. They're wanting to restrict freedom of speech. Name it. They want it done. And they've already said, one of the people said, using the Jerry Brown tactic in California, they're going to bypass the Republicans and pass it anyway. Mm-hmm. Isn't that good?
Mm-hmm. An Arizona sheriff blasts Rush Limbaugh for spewing irresponsible vitriol?
Yeah, basically Rush Limbaugh and Sarah Palin were responsible for what happened. Of course, they know that, they said that within minutes of the shooting, all the left-wing bloggers and everything were on dancing in the streets because they knew this had to be a Republican supporter of Sarah Palin that did it. Then they find out he's a left-leaning, Mao-loving, socialist, which basically is a Democrat today, folks.
Yeah.
The thing was, he's pissed because the government didn't go far. They were
they didn't go far enough.
But they weren't far enough in this area, in that area. So.
Well, and part of it is well, let's put it this way: he got kicked out of school because they were concerned for the safety of the students.
I heard last night. A doctor that's basically recovered from cancer surgery herself said. He said the problem comes is. None of these people actually said any of this until after the shootings. Mm-hmm. Then they all come forth. Well, we knew. We tried to tell people and no one would listen. A college professor, well, I knew. I was afraid when I turned my back, but nobody ever said anything. Since they didn't say anything, they're like Bill O'Reilly and Joel Rivera. We knew. Well, hell, they knew. If they knew, then they should have reported it.
And Pope Benedict urges Pakistan to repeal an anti-blasphemy law.
Pope, they're Muslims. They don't care what the Catholic Church thinks.
Mm-hmm. And New Jersey moves to curb steroid use by police and firefighters.
That's how those guys are getting all those muscles, folks.
Oh, that's how it is?
But they're not using real steroids. They're using the same things that a lot of the athletes use, which is the PED stuff, which is basically meant to help injured people, get their strength back. What they're doing is they're using it to build muscle mass instead.
Oh, and with help from Obama's unions to show who runs this country.
Well, yeah, because he's pushing unions down everybody's throat in the country. At the moment, nobody has any money. I mean, Jerry Brown, for instance, in California, The unions are going to have to help. Everybody in California under my budget is going to have to pay. Well, what's going to happen is not changing union pensions, just going to lay off union workers and raise everybody's taxes. He keeps the unions in power that way.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Okay, the difference between the 122nd Congress and the 121st Congress is basically it's the same dance, just a different tune they're dancing to.